Hello, this is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to this stream where we are going to be playing as Austria-Hungary in the Kaiserreich mod. Now, I want to start this saying I have never ever played as Austria in any game ever before. And the reason for that is a little bit of history. The very first time I played Europa Universalis III, I started as Brandenburg. First time I'd ever played a grand strategy game. I had no prior knowledge or anything like that. And Austria wiped me off the face of the earth, and since then I've held something of a grudge against them. So it is with some reluctance. I'm kind of like, Austria, fine, I'll play as them. But here we go. Austria has got an update in the, I guess you'd still call it the last Kaiserreich update, where a whole bunch of their stuff got overhauled. And also there was a rather snazzy video which was put up. Do I still have a link to that? By the Kaiserreich team, and I'm trying to do what I can to like spread knowledge of this video existing, because it is pretty decent actually, and I really like what the Kaiserreich team are doing with that type of thing. So there is the Austria-Hungary video as well. Where's the game? There it is. And FSA, thank you very much for the follow, I appreciate that. Österreich strong. Yes, we'll see. Also, another bit of Austrian history. I studied German at school, and the last teacher I had, not including when I was at college, because I studied German there and she was terrible, but I had a Austrian teacher, so some of my German is probably said with something of an Austrian inflection. I also had a teacher from Munich, so my German's going to be all over the freaking place, and then a bunch of my friends are from Brandenburg, so, you know. Okay, so we're going to be playing as the Austrian Empire. Karl I von Habsburg Lothringen is our ruler. We are social conservatives. Indivisible and inseparable. The aftermath of the Weltkrieg proved the dual monarchy to be otherwise. Despite standing amongst the victors, the war revealed the divisions of culture, class, and ideology within the empire, and the inner unrest continued on as the war ended. Kaiser Karl tried to reform the multinational empire into something that could survive in the 20th century, and launched a series of large-scale reforms. However, his efforts excluded the Hungarian side of the empire, and the debacle that was the Illyrian revolt only fueled the tensions between the two halves. Whether Austria will hold, only time will tell. Vistani, thank you very much for the follow. Fasanok, thank you very much for the follow as well. And welcome to all. It's great to see chat starting to get a little bit more active. I can't believe, like 2 hours ago, a little less, I did the Total War Warhammer series stream, and 46 new followers. 46 new followers. So we're going to see if we can beat that with this stream now. So can we beat 46 new followers? I still can't believe that. I usually get like 5, 10, maybe 15 if I'm doing a popular Kaiserreich series. So yeah, 46 is the number to beat. Alright, so we are the Social Conservatives, which is the Christlich Soziale. Doesn't that mean Christian, Social Christians or something? Austro-Hungarian ties broken. We have a penalty to daily political power, and also an increase in goods factories. The Crown of Hungary refuses to pay their taxes into the common coffers for their common ministries. They are still discontent with the formation of the Kingdom of Illyria as a resolution of the South Slavic revolts in 1926, and see themselves as betrayed by the Viennese government. They wish to be compensated for the loss of the Croatian lands. The KUK Army conscription, which gives us more recruitable population, established on the 15th of March 1867, the Common Army of Austria and Hungary, forms the main element of the dual monarchy's armed power. And then the Vienna Circle, research time reduction. The Vienna Circle is a group of philosophers and scientists drawn from the natural and social sciences, logic and mathematics, who have met regularly at the University of Vienna since 1924. The central thought behind their activities was exact thinking on the edge of doom. And then these are some of the focuses that we can move towards. Okay, so let's do this. I'm going to be playing as Austria, which is that little bit of white there, but also Hungary is part of us. And I think Illyria. We have a couple of puppets, so that's kind of interesting. Yeah, we're off to a good start. 4 new followers in the first 3 minutes. Twitch didn't tell you were alive. Oh no, or I was live, whatever. That's true, I do have Discord, and I'm pretty active on Discord. Like, I haven't been for the last couple of weeks, but that's because I've been away. And even then, I'd have it on the phone. Let's make make sure that's alright. So we're going to be playing on veteran, as is my norm for this, to make it a little bit more difficult for the countries that are collapsing anyway because of political power shortages. And let's get thrown into this. Have I alt-tabbed? Is this going to crash? For some reason, when I alt-tab between the start new game and starting the actual game, then it doesn't load the UI. It's a weird bug. Illyria, Bohemia and Galicia, Lothringen. No, Ludomeria, which is southern Poland. It's not Slovakia, as I was told off for the one saying. It's southern Poland. Hey, Foxbat, good to see you. And we have got UI. Excellent. Okay, so we start with a fairly small country. We do start with a number of puppets. So, Hungary, which is an autonomous dependency, which is, wow, actually on the way to becoming free. Then Bohemia, Galicia, Lodomeria, and Illyria. And let's have a look at the focus tree, because this is going to take some investigation, because it is huge. Alright, so economic rehabilitation plan, more research, even more research. Oh, and this is the Vienna Circle, which is the technology sharing. So I think with Austria, we might actually do the puppet game here. I don't usually like puppet games. I like kind of consolidating power under a central authority, but that doesn't really seem the way to do it as Austria. So we'll see what we can do. Ooh, more steel in Tyrol and Oberösterreich, so Upper Austria. Loads of new factories. I approve of this. And the famous Austrian Navy. No, just gain building slots. Doesn't actually build anything in it, just building slots. I wish mods did that more often, or the game in general. Holy focus tree upgrade, damn. I quite agree. So we have the general elections of 1936, whereby we must choose whether to go with the public welfare reforms or the National Austerity Council. So this is probably increasing spending. This is decreasing spending. So the increase, we lose the socialist promises. We don't have socialist promises, do we? Not yet. Modify the aftermath of Black Monday. Okay. Political power. What was that one? Divided society. That's also not here yet. So we're going to get a bunch of events which are probably negative. That's another Black Monday. That's another Black Monday. And that's remove Black Monday. And then on the Austerity Council, modify Black Monday by actually reduces national unity, but allows us to put more resources on the market and also more factory output. That's kind of dangerous. Socialist promises removed. Loads of building slots. This one's production efficiency, factory output, construction speed, and even more resources to the market. Gains tuned economy, grants national unity, factory output, production efficiency, and even more construction speed. Oh, that's only for a year, though. Oh, so is that one. Blimey. You really have taken that to heart. Right, where were we? Fasanok, Vizdani, Snitsky, Hassan Kanks, Andrew Grachal. Thank you very much for the follow. Appreciate that. The Eco Rehab gets locked when Black Monday happens. Eco Rehab. Oh, this one. So basically we want to get down the science line as soon as possible. Our economy must be ready for such undertakings. I guess it becomes unlocked again once the Black Monday is done. That's an interesting way of doing it, actually. I like that. This mod does some really clever things sometimes. And then expanding the military once war tension is up or we're at war. And this allows us to get various technology upgrades. Unlock the Phoenix Air Company. Division organization. Okay, cool. I still don't know whether we want to go public welfare or austerity. I mean, economically, I would side with the austerity usually. But I can also see the benefits of public welfare in this instance. And And then we have the Ausgleich renegotiations, in which we go status quo, embrace pluralism, or military occupation. We probably won't do military occupation. That's basically gathering everything into one, I think. Pluralism, a federation of equals. I mean, this is kind of sounding like what I wanted to do. I think we are going to go with the puppets. Or nations within a state. No, I think we'll go with the federation of equals. Or the other one is status quo, which is the Austro-Hungarian Empire. Annexes the Kingdom of Hungary. No, we're going to go with pluralism. Austria first. Alright, I think that's basically what we want to do. Creates the Austrian sphere. Creates the 2.5 International. No, we're definitely doing the Federation of Equals. Wow, that is a lot of production upgrades and stuff. Interesting. Or we could do the... Man, this is... There's a lot of upgrades you can get for Austria. Faith in the Kaiser. Even more population. This seems to be the most industrial. You can get a fair amount this way as well. There's a lot of late infrastructure which I don't like. I prefer getting that early. Yeah, we're going to try and do this. Do the right thing and give Austria to Germany. No. Alright, so we're going to start with the economic rehabilitation plan, unless we are losing focus. No, actually we gain political power thanks to our ministers. Interesting. So we're going to go with the economic rehabilitation plan to start with, which will give us political power. Then I think we'll get the institutionalize the Vienna Circle so we can get that research going. And then after that, probably the infrastructure stuff, so this line. Let's start. Established in 1935, during conference to discuss the sluggish state of the Austrian industry, the economic rehabilitation plan had to be put on halt due to the ongoing economic crisis. Still, its contents, with slight alterations, describe a good way to combat the disastrous effects of Black Monday crash and to strengthen Austrian industry, now bereft of their main competitor. Alright, so we do have a bunch of places that we can build infrastructure, and I think we want to start with building Austria up first. The other one, of course, is technology. We actually start with a fair number of tech slots, more than usual, and we're going to get a 5th slot really early. Well, the Austrians are all about research. This is interesting. I'm actually kind of tempted to get an early synthetic oil. You know what? We will, because we're going to struggle to get oil otherwise, I think. Although we do generate a tiny amount. Hungary produces a tiny amount. Unless we can get to Romania. I mean, I want to meddle in the Bulgarian affairs. Sorry, the Balkan affairs, rather. Eco-rehab will get cancelled, you won't be happy about that. Really? In 70 days? We'll see. Right, let's just get more infrastructure. The question is where? I think we'll just go with like one more everywhere. Military factories, we have 11. I think most of them will get that. Oh no, the other thing we must check are the state of our military production factories, companies, that's the word. Soft attack and production cost reduction. Or soft attack and defense. We'll probably go with the Leopold Gasser Waffenfabrik. That's artillery, that's a fairly decent boost. That's a lot of boost for artillery actually. Motorized hardness, max speed, Production, Light tanks and medium tanks, soft attack and hard attack. Ooh. Skoda. Or, wow, that is a big bonus. Defense, hardness, reliability, and soft attack for heavy tanks. And another bonus for medium tanks. Wow, Austrian medium tanks can be really hardcore. Because we 15% from soft attack from that, and 15% from this. That's a 30% bonus to soft attack. And 30% bonus to hard attack too. And breakthrough. I think we're going to go all out medium tanks again. Much like we did with Ireland. So Phoenix was the one that needs to be unlocked. That's air attack and agility. That's a pretty decent bonus. Air defense, max speed, reliability. Strategic bombing, ground attack and range. Heavy bombers. Air attack, air defense, agility, max speed. Here we go. Ground attack, agility and range. For the close air support. Production cost could also be good, because usually we do spend a lot of resources on production of aircraft. And then submarine bonus. Pfft, no. Industrial production, that's Austro-Daimler required. Alpen montage. Electronics. Don't really like the researched ones. It'll be either of these. Alpen montage, or it probably starts with these guys, then we'll upgrade to Austro-Daimler if we have enough points for it. Alright, let's get some artillery going. Let's get some support equipment. Can we build any tanks yet? Not really. Let's do something like that. Can we get aircraft? Only interwar ones and naval bombers for some reason. No, we're not going to bother with those either. And then ships, we're just going to grab convoys for the moment. That'll do. Little black square. That? Is that on the screen? Okay, that's there. What is that? That's definitely on my green screen. I think it's just because the green screen's too far back. Better? Better. Well spotted. That was a very small square. Well, I guess in my preview it's absolutely tiny. Bulgaria is the Balkans. Well, it was in my Bulgaria game. That was a fun game, actually. Kind of tense. When does Black Monday? Beginning of February. I don't remember offhand. Time will tell. Okay, so we have 274 manpower. We're on limited conscription. That's fine. Civilian, yeah, that's okay. Intel Minister we don't have yet. Theorists. Ooh, they've added some. And nothing in the decisions area yet. That's fine. And then High Command. Okay, so if we are going tanks and we want Armoured Spearhead, which we can get with you. So that's the Chief of the Army, and then School of Maneuver. You are Totalist, Syndicalist, Radicalist. No, probably won't be able to get you. Social Conservative. Yeah, we'll have you. And you, that's two of you. Can we get a third? Maybe. If we went Authoritarian Democrat, then we could get all three schools of maneuver. And our tanks will probably be the strongest tanks I've ever seen in this game before. Which is an interesting thought. Like, even stronger than the German ones. Plus 30% soft attack for tanks. I mean, they won't be the toughest, but they will do a shite-load of damage. The Naval Doctrine Theorist is Czech. Nice. The best and most variety of generals are only available to the Social Conservatives. Of generals or of military high command? Because you're Social Conservative, but all of them are Authoritarian Democrat. As was that guy. Social Conservative, can't get him. High command, okay. Go Syndicalist. No, I'm not going Syndicalist. Right, we're definitely getting that. The only question is, which way do we go politically? Current ruling party is Social Conservatives, mutually exclusive with public welfare. So we have to remain Social Conservative for the National Austerity Council. There has to be Social Democrats for this. So this is a binary choice. Social Democrat or Social Conservative. And I kind of like the idea of these. 6 building slots. Loads more national unity. Like the modify Aftermath of Black Monday, I'm not that concerned about because that gets wiped. Yeah, this one's the more beneficial. So we're going to go austerity. Thank you, Kaiserreich team. Great job. I want to know everything. Situation in Austria in 1936. Despite standing amongst the victors of the Weltkrieg, the war revealed the divisions of culture, class, and ideology within the empire ever so clearly, and the inner unrest continued on as the war ended. Kaiser Karl, following in the footsteps of the assassinated Franz Ferdinand in trying to reform the multinational Austro-Hungarian Empire into something that could survive the 20th century, launched a series of large-scale reforms. However, his efforts were largely blocked by the nobility of the Hungarian side of the empire, leading to his plans of federalization, progressing only slowly, and only on the Cisleithanian side of the empire. Cisleithanian. I have never heard that before. However, many feel that there is hope for Austria. The last decades were hard on the empire, but the effort has started paying off. Cisleithanian Austria, now a federation state, has calmed down. The same cannot be said for Transleithania. It is, however, unlikely that the Carpathian Basin will continue to remain in the Magyar hands, since Hungary's peoples have been gazing upon the liberties across the Lithia, wishing to have such autonomy for themselves. Whether reform will be able to find its way to Hungary, only the Kaiser knows for sure. Austria erit in orbe ultima. If anyone knows Latin, what does that mean? Austria in something ultimately. Cisleithia, Austria and Bohemia, Translethia, everything else. So is it Lethian Mountains or something? A-E-I-O-U. Oh! Which is the meaning of the meow in Meow and Taxes, except they changed Austria for M, which was like everything. Oh, Lethia is a river, I see. Austria is the empire best united. Because, yeah, the Meow and Taxes was taken from that A-E-I-O-U. I know that for sure, because Gigow said that in the lecture he did at ParadoxCon. Lecture, whatever you want to call that. Right, you guys need to band together and start training. Oh, whoops. Mountain guys are already done, so we don't need to train you. What are our generals like? We have we have some tank generals. Strange that. Actually, these are tip-top. Mountaineer, Mountaineer. Do we have it? Yes, we have a Fortress Buster. So we have like our Special Forces General. We have at least 2 tank generals. A Trickster Panzer Leader. Erhard Raus. He's like a new Rommel. Interesting, interesting. Okay. Do we have a navy? We do. 46 ships! For Austria! Really? Alright, see where Horthy is. There he is. Miklos Horthy. Superior Tactician. And yeah, he probably will be our main admiral. Von Trapp is a Seawolf, so he'll have the submarines. In fact, let's give them to you now. You can be submarine, Horthy can be for you. Right. Next up, Air Forces. I'm just going to go ahead and disband them. Oh yeah, the new interface. Where's disband? There it is. Just so we have the manpower to play with if we need it. Okay. Marvellous! Let's see what happens. January. Assassination of President Kerensky. Oh dear. Right, let's see how far I got through the follows. How far back do I need to go? I said you. There we go. Dwarf. Denlost. Gabby D. Jackie Ma. Gigi Turn. Sonic Hound. Quemanath, Stealthy Hunter, Kevin Millie Rose, Gazout, Diego. Thank you very much for the follow, all of you. Appreciate that. Welcome to the Mordred Viking community. And if you guys want to know more about the Mordred Viking stuff, you can go to our Discord channel. You will find a link to that in the link below. Or you can use this, and that is where the Mordred Viking community tends to hang out. They're a cool bunch, and if you want to do multiplayer games and things like that, including of Kaiserreich, that's a pretty good resource for finding that. And also I have a YouTube channel, which you can find at youtube.com/MordredViking. And we are about 50 subscribers short of 5,000, so we are getting really quite close now. So that'll be rather good. Also, I just realised that everyone is not in training right now, because I missed out a bunch of these garrison troops. Unacceptable.